I mean, the guts of this is, I mean, as you said, I think the Yank is free, the Aussie is pursued, and you make the point about Albanese, an initial refusal from Biden, you've said, is only an invitation to ask a second time in a firmer voice.
Yeah, I've said this from the very start. I think I've alerted people in the government. I think I've said, now, first time, you can very likely get a rebuttal, a decline, in a sad tone of voice. No, it just can't be done. If that happens, just regard it as an opportunity to go back and, yes, as I said, in a firmer voice to say, now, Mr. President, I raised this with you at our last meeting. I've now got the support of Peter Dutton, the Leader of the Opposition. That means Australian politics is united. Australia is telling you this matter has got to be dropped. Australia is making this request. Mr. President, I speak for Australia. None of us are fond of Assange, but he is an Australian and he's done his time. You've made your point. And let's advertise the greatness of your Constitution and the First Amendment, which enshrines freedom of speech, even when it makes us uncomfortable.
Brilliant. I should say to our viewers, Bob Carr, in a piece he wrote recently, ended the article by saying, quote, "If Assange walks out of the gates of Belmarsh prison into the arms of his wife and children, it will show that we, that's Australia, are worth a crumb or two off the table of the imperium." I mean, that's a Latin expression for the supreme executive power of the United States. We're worth a crumb or two from the United States. But then he says, if it's a van to the airport, then making ourselves a more likely target has conferred no standing at all. We're a client state, almost officially. Brilliant stuff. But you and I can talk. Just to finalise this exchange, where are we? Are we still in no man's land?
Well, I think all Australians have got to reflect on this. A major, an eye-watering commitment in terms of our available defence monies over the next 30 years to a single platform. And yes, it is a subsidy to US shipyards and a high risk we're taking with the capacity to deliver of BAE systems in the UK. This is, the word to use about AUKUS, Alan, is grandiose. There are 1 million parts in a nuclear sub. It's the most complex piece of technology there is, even more than a moonshot. And we're relying on a British shipyard with a record of tardiness to deliver the hull and to the Americans to deliver the technology. And we have no skilled labour base ourselves to take command of this process. Now, this debate will go on a long time, but just be aware that people should be aware that on this program in 2023, we're opening up these concerns.
Absolutely.
I fear for the future of my country that many of these concerns will be confirmed as valid in the 2030s, 2040s. Yep.